Today's episode is about a project that I took on last week. It was just another project when I said yes, but I found so much more value when I connected to the people working alongside me. I hope that you find this episode convicting for embracing and inviting strangers into your own communities. You are listening to the Work Life Eubiosis podcast with your host, Charleston Edwards. If this is your first time here, welcome. My goal is simple: to eradicate burnout and to bring harmony, purpose, and balance to this world, starting with the family. My hope is that this show and the story shared will provide encouragement and ideas that will be valuable to you on your journey to work-life freedom. So let's dive in to today's episode. Our differences as humans can quickly divide us, especially in today's culture. But our differences aren't to divide us. Our differences are meant to unite us in harmony. Having a mindset of inclusion is to open our ears to hear different voices, to open our eyes to see different backgrounds, to open our hearts to embrace different perspectives. This past week, I had the privilege to work alongside hundreds of event professionals to produce an event. The majority of this massive pool of professionals were freelancers. In fact, it was probably one of the largest collaborations of independent contractors that I've ever seen assembled for one project. What became so clear by the end of this event was that though we were all from different walks of life, cultures, and belief systems, we were still all united for one core purpose. That purpose was to deliver a flawless event for a demanding and globally recognized client. Love filled the hallways and filled the two-way radios. There were dad jokes that were shared along with each other while the stage was black. Bread was frequently broken together as each stranger shared stories about pets or kids or their odd quirks or old jobs. Many stories shared, laughter shared, commonalities found, and a new community was launched. Inclusion was being exercised by the simple act of respecting the stranger standing next to us. No matter if the stranger was the CEO, or if that person was working security, or running the teleprompter, or serving coffee, everyone had to come together. It was beautiful to momentarily witness harmony overcome a world that is full of division. Everyone respected the next person's voice, trusted their ability to do what they were hired to do, and then chose to get along with their teammate. Though the freelancers assembled for this job represented all parts of the world, that world got much smaller when we started to connect the dots of how we all got there. The power of networking was on full display. But better yet, this assembly of people exemplified what a community can do when love, respect, and unity are at the foundation. Communities strengthen existing and new relationships. Individuals and communities are to serve and are to be served. Communities respect the people that they are serving and are also respected for what they can bring to the table. Communities lift those who are oppressed or needy and care for those who are hurting. This dynamic played out with this community of event professionals, all different, all serving, all united. The event was essentially a massive success, but it was not easy. The relationships forged were not immediately hunky-dory. There was pain and frustration in our setup and rehearsals. There was frustration and pain in adapting to work as a team with people we had just met. There was pain in compromising to someone else's working style. There was pain and frustration in working through the various anxieties of how each team member handles stress differently. There was pain in serving people that are used to being served. These challenges, though painful, all had a purpose. These were all blessings disguised in lessons to get us, each and every one of us, prepared. It was also meant to bring us together for one united purpose. These challenges were a blessing because they helped us grow and to be better prepared. If we weren't challenged while practicing, the pressure of the live event would have crumpled us. I've shifted my language over the years from avoiding burnout to embracing burnout for this very reason. Though burnout has so many negative impacts on our physical and mental health, there are many silver linings once embraced to point us back to a life of purpose. Burnout produces scars of beauty when we can use the lessons of life to serve and lift others up. This episode is brought to you by Own Your 5 to 9, an organization committed to freeing families of the rat race and burnout. Every organization has a leader, mission, and a set of values that drives the organization. But this is commonly missed in the most important organization in the world, the family. An organization has one mission for how it will impact the world. Why not the family? An organization goes into strategic planning routinely to align its values, mission, and projects. Why not the family? Whose Home, a strategic planning guide for families, is a workbook and a tool needed in all households. Whose Home takes a strategic planning approach with 10 guided exercises to define your core family values, family mission, and tools to operationalize how your family does life together. If your family is facing a big decision, Whose Home is for you. If you're considering a career pivot, Whose Home is also for you. If you desire more intentionality and harmony in your home, Whose Home is for you. Create a healthy culture, not a hustle culture, at home. Visit ownyour5to9.com to claim your copy today. So what if we are counting the wrong blessings? What if what gives us pleasure and comfort are not the blessings we should be seeking? What if pain and adversity is a blessing too? What if burnout was the biggest blessing in our lives? What if our blessings are in the messiness of the relationships with people? What if our ability to grow was due to the person or group of people that we are growing with? Parents can identify with the paradox of joy and pain, as we often say that we are growing up again as we try to navigate the challenges of raising kids. Communities work similarly because no two people are alike. We may find our tribe where we align on values and beliefs, which is all great, but we are limiting our growth if our tribe is all we let into our bubble. In a world where nearly 80% of us are disengaged or on the fringe of burnout, let's not forget to put the focus back on the people we're surrounded by. People, communities, and the challenges that grow us are our blessings in disguise. Let's slow down our pursuits to achieve, but work quickly to connect to our fellow man. And as we connect, let's ask ourselves, what is my neighbor? What is my colleague? Or what is this total stranger next to me dealing with that I may not have taken the time to ask about? Am I taking the time to listen, serve, respect, and invite that person into my universe? When we become others-focused from a posture of genuine love and affection, our desire for achievement starts to diminish, and we can then embrace our greater purpose to serve our community. That community may be our physical location, or that community can be a temporary place where we are working, visiting, or networking. Let me leave you with this. To be rich in friends is to be poor in nothing. Thank you for listening to the Work-Life Eubiosis podcast, part of the Work-Life resources created by Own Your 5 to 9. I hope that you have found encouragement and a few ideas to strengthen your journey to purpose, freedom, and balance. Have you overcome burnout and found a new way of life? Millions around the globe are still at the risk of burnout and losing it all. And your story may be the one that sparks not only a dream, but action. Visit ownyour5to9.com for more information and submit your story. While you're there, join the Work-Life Eubiosis newsletter and receive additional resources weekly right to your inbox. If you enjoy this podcast, take time to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Share it with a friend or loved one. Remember, the most important organization in the world is the family. Let's do our part to strengthen it. Thank you for listening.